Morning everybody, it's Thursday morning. Been a bit quiet on the plot. Some potential news for Leslie and her friend. They've decided that they want to take on a plot. And there's some empty ones around the corner from where we live. I'm down round the corner at the moment, and they've got their eye on a specific plot, and that'll be this one behind us. Now there's two plots here, as you can see. It's a bit overgrown, but her and her friend want to start on the allotment. So they've got their names down and they're just waiting for to get that looked into. So I'll keep you informed of how they get on during the time, but they need to get onto it first and foremost. While I'm down here, I've got a couple of friends down here, Debbie and Steve, and also I've got Karen at the top here as well. I only found these not long ago, around the corner from my house. Steve, basically nicknames Dahlia Steve. He's actually won Blyth Best in Bloom, Best Allotment, 3 years running, and I'm going to have a quick show you around his garden. So from that garden before, this has taken 4 years for Steve to create. Coming into the garden, you can see the reason as to why it's won Blyth Best in Bloom. He hasn't went in this year to give somebody else a chance, but there's a lot of work went on this garden. He's got his raised beds on here, because you have to have raised beds on these gardens. It's got absolutely tons and tons of stuff in here. It's fantastic the way he's done everything in here. All got strawberry beds in here. He's got his cold frames and storage across this side, all just basically made with timbers and spare materials and stuff. Down the side here, he normally put sweet peas in last year, but he's got some other flowers on this year as well. And this section here is for his dahlias, hence he's called Dahlia Steve. Looks absolutely fantastic, all these in bloom. This is where I'm getting the idea from for the fences. But it's just so simple, and you get some lovely blooms coming into here. He's about a month behind with his dahlias, but it's just so nice, neat and tidy and everything as well. Walking around here as well when it comes to the flowering, I will call back up. You can see how things have progressed on as well. He's got all his flowers and flower beds and stuff down the side here as well. Oh, there's Leslie and Kyle.
Looking for some bees.
Looking for bees? There'll be plenty somewhere in the flowers.
Keep looking.
So that's just one half of his plot. We'll go around the back. This is where he's got his polytunnel and his veg section. Now his polytunnel, he's got some carnations in at the moment. They all look lovely. I've grown some carnations myself this year, but nothing to this extent. They're just small ones. I thought they got a lot bigger. And he's still got that side to plan out as well. Come along the back. He's got his onions in. He's got his parsnips in. All these are just raised beds. Raised beds used for pallet collars. And shallots in here as well. Looks like a couple of pumpkins in there as well, and some rhubarb as well there. We've got fruit bushes there. A couple of spare beds. He's popped more dahlias in. Some potatoes in the pots and stuff as well. He's got some potatoes in the ground here and stuff as well. Watch out, the cabbage whites are around. And a couple of more fruit bushes at the back. Now, if anybody knows what this thing is here, it'd be much appreciated, because it's been baffling for a couple of weeks now. So if anybody knows what this is, please do put a comment on the below there. Some more fruit trees here as well. Now this is two plots basically, and it runs from right to the back here, all the way to the bottom of there. And just not only just he's got his polytunnel, he's got a little seating area here as well, which I'll take you on to. You can't just sit around all day. You got things to be done, man.
Waiting for emails.
That's what she's going to do when she gets the garden. So.
Is that what she's going to do? You clear the grass and just get a load of seating and just sit down?
She said to you, I've been busy up the garden all day.
That's what she. That's me. That's what I do.
You're getting no tea and out.
Well, Steve, you've done a fantastic job on the garden, mate. Time for a sit down. Yeah, that was a quick look around Steve's plot. Like I say, it's fantastic when it comes in bloom. I'll have to come back up and show you it next time when it's up. I do like calling over here. Nice to have a chat with Steve as well. And of course, with Leslie and our friend, potentially getting a plot down here, we'll be spending a lot more time down this way as well. In the background here, you can see next door's plot. This is my friend Debbie's, and what she wanted to do, she wanted to create an orchard in the back here. That's exactly what she's done. She's got like a little sitting room in that shed as well. But she's done a fantastic job on this plot as well. And she's also got a huge pond. She's got a massive wildlife pond which the kids like to go swimming in because it's that big, as you can see. She dug all of that out herself, and she's done a really good job on it. There's some fish and stuff in there, and wildlife and stuff, and she's done a really good job on it. But I'll show you more next time, because I just don't like going around people's plots when they're not here. But yeah, it's fantastic to come up here and just see how things can be done. Put the time and effort in. All he needs to do on here is just keep on top of it. That's all he's doing. So I'll leave you with that view. It's fantastic, especially when it blooms. But other than that, I'll see you back down at my messy plot. Bit of bad news on the onion side. I've just been into the onion house here, and at the back there's an onion missing. That's because it's here. Now, the problem I had was the water getting in the top, and it rotted from the top. And that's because that roof section panel at the back there was rain dripping on top of the onion. So I've lost one of my big onions because of it. So that's going to be chopped up, taken home, or popped on the compost heap. I'm just coming into the greenhouse now just to have a look to see if there's any heads, any seed heads yet. And by the looks of things, it doesn't look like there is. It looks like these could all do with a good feed, which is exactly what I'm going to get done as well. So I'm down. Let's try and get things sorted out now. I've been pretty busy here. What I've done is this is where the onions were, the red and white ones. I've de-weeded all of this section here and across the back as well. I've also weeded out down that side so that we actually see the gladioli. That's been in for a couple of years now. I've got the cauliflower all year round in this row here. I've dug all this over, by the way. Dug it over, flattened it off, fed it with some hen pellets. I've also sorted these trellises out, and I've put pack of peas down here and down here. Yes, they're late, but I've had no good luck with peas. These did really well in here last year, so I'm putting them in now. On the packet, Hearst Green Shaft says finished planting in June. 4 weeks up here, that's July, so I've still technically got time to put them in. Anyhow, I've got 11 all year round collies in here, and what I've done differently this year is I've limed the holes, and I've also put some lime around the holes as well. Now I just need to firm these in securely because brassicas like to be firmed in solid so they don't move very much. So I've got the all year cauliflower going in here, I've got broccoli, I've got snowball, I've got cabbages, greyhound cabbages to go in here as well. So I'm going to fill this bed up now, and then that's the brassicas, majority of the brassicas all in. Well, I'll get there slowly but surely. I've got I'm doing a bit of back and forward. I've got all year round broccoli, snowball, cauliflower, broccoli, and we're going to go back to snowball and then broccoli. So that's all it's going to be in here is cauliflower and broccoli. I've still got cabbages, and I've still got a few cauliflowers to go in as well. But not only have I got this bed to play with, I've also of course got them 3 beds to play with as well. So I've got plenty of space to be getting stuff in. So I just need to decide what I'm going to do with it. Bit of bad news with the heavy carrot. I decided to feed the heavy carrot with something, and it hasn't liked it. So hopefully it kicks back up, but that's not going to be ready for any shows. But never mind, time to get cracked on. I'm going to get the rest of these brassicas in. And with that, that's half the brassicas all in sorted. I can get access to this side, just lift that over. So pleased with that. That's that covered over. Now all I need to get done now is I've taken the cover off these cabbages. These are the second batch of cabbages, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the new cover over the top, the new green mesh, so it's a lot neater and a lot tidier. And I'll do the same with them as well. Another task done. Hey, flying now. So sort of the same situation with these ones than it is with them ones there. Next one, I'm going to get this one done, and that's a 3 all matched up and lined up, and this looks a lot tidier than just having this stuff draped over, and I'll not have the problems with the pigeons, because to be honest they've decimated these, and this stuff's crap. It's from last year. This is it's supposed to be good stuff. Right, let's get these done. Right, that's them all done. Brassicas are in, netted over. Cabbages netted over properly. Swedes netted over, best I can do. And them cabbages are already netted over anyways to begin with. So that's them all covered over. Pigeons aren't going to be getting to them anymore. I may have to stick one in the middle just to raise it up, but that's them done. I'm not expecting them to be ready. If any of them are going to be ready, it's going to be that one there, because that one's throwing off loads of new shoots and all sorts. But that's it, that's them done. Time to have a tidy up. I've got them 3 beds to play with. One of the beds, the bottom one, more likely is going to be for the cabbages, but that's for another day. Well, that's me all done for today. I managed to get a lot done, what I wanted to get done. Happy days. Onions are doing all right in the background here, and also the other ones in the pots. I mentioned earlier on, well, none have gone to seed. Don't jinx it, Dean. But once again, some of them aren't as big as they should be, but never mind, it's all learning experience. I should have a couple ready to go for drying off and stuff. But other than that, these were how things are progressing on. It's better than last year. I'll see you over the next couple of days, and look forward to the weekend, because on this coming Sunday, later on in this video, you'll see a few of us getting together there. So can't wait for that. See you when I see you next. Good morning. We're in the back garden. Leslie's just absolutely popped herself. In the greenhouse, I've been keeping an eye on that nest that I found at the beginning last week, and there's been nothing back all week, until Leslie's just on a heart attack. I'll show you why. No, I'm coming to the other greenhouse because I don't want to go in the other greenhouse. It doesn't make much sense, but you'll see the reason as to why. She doesn't like anybody else being in that greenhouse. And I've been looking for watering cans. And there's my watering can. And I've still got lots of things in there which need to be watered as well. So, thanks for coming back, Blackbird, but you're not being very helpful for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may have to wait and see if she just leaves, or see if she follows us when I'm walking around here. Nope. Just keep an eye on this leg. But I need to get that stuff out of there. Well, it's going to be a very busy day today. I'm going to be heading down to the garden now. We're going to go down to the allotment hut to go collect some supplies. Then there's a few of us going to be heading up to Dave's. So, let's see. It should be a good laugh this afternoon, as long as the rain doesn't come over the top. Well, while I'm down the plot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the measuring tape, and I'm going to do a few measurements to see how things have progressed, just for future reference as well. I have noticed that one of the Betty Black leeks is starting to bend over, this one here. That's going to be no good. So I've tried to straighten it back up, but the flags have broken over the course of time of me trying to straighten it up slowly. So I'm going to pull that up now as well, because it's no good there, and I can put something else in there. So I'm going to find my tape, pull that leak up, and we'll get some measuring done. And the reason why it's bending over is this stuff here. It's pink rot by the looks of things. I'm going to double check that. And you can see that a lot of the roots are brown as well. I'll have to double check on a few things, but I've moved the compost and all the soil that was with it into a secure location so it doesn't spread anywhere else. Other than that, that's going to get chopped up and taken home for okay, let's get these leeks measured, and we'll see how they are. I'm not going to bother doing the Blanche leeks. I'll just do the Cumbrians, and I'll do the Betty Blacks that I can get to, and we can just guess off the rest of them basically from where they are. But it'll be handy for the coming seasons going forward to see where we are next year basically. So let's get down and let's have a look, see how big these are. Right, so this will be the biggest Cumbrian that I've got. So they'll be around about the same size as what these ones are. So let's take a look. I've got my fabric tape here, a very handy buy that I bought last year. And we're measuring at 10.5 inches. So 10.5 inches is the biggest one that I've got. We'll have a look at this one here. Just take the dead one off the bottom there. This is a bit mean in this one. That one's just over 8.5. So 8.5, 10.5. The rest of them are around about the same size as well. So looking between 8.5 and 8.5, 10.5 inches for this time of the year for the Cumbrians. So let's have a spin around and we'll have a look at these Betty Blacks. So with Betty Blacks, I'm just going to pick a random one. We'll go with this one here. I don't think these are any bigger than what the other ones were. These are 8 inches around. So 8 inches for them ones, 10.5 for the Cumbrians, and the ones at the back are probably around about the same size. The back ones at the back are the Mackenzie, and I've got some Ellies down the back there as well. So we're talking anywhere between 8 inches and 10.5 inches. So it's smaller than what some people's are, but it's all about learning, isn't it? So that's where they are this time around. Now I've also noticed another bad thing as well. The leeks are covered in rust. So I can see the speckles of rust all over. I've been trying to keep on top of the bumper with it, dabbing it on. I've also bought some other spray, but it may be a case of too little too late. But it is what it is, isn't it? Let's go down to the onions and we'll measure the onions as well. Then I'm going to come back up here and see what else we get them for head of Daves. So as you can see, these are the onions that's in the pots. Which is turned into an experiment to see how big they're going to get in the pots. These are supposed to be the heavy onions, which are more than likely going to turn into quality onions, because as soon as they get to 20 inches I'll be pulling them. So let's have a look here. I've got this one here. I don't know if you can see that one there. Yep, you can see this one here. We'll stick the tape around until we see what we're measuring at the moment. So we're measuring at 14.3 on that one. Let's see if we can find the biggest one. I think the biggest one's the one at the bottom down there. Just see if I can spin the camera down a bit. There, you can't really see much on there, so apologies with the sun. But I'm going to go for it. Let's have a look. We'll go with this one here because it's about the same. Looks about the same as what the other one is there. Get that all the way around. And that's 14 3/4. So that's looking alright, that's doing well. So and the smaller ones at the front here, I'm guessing these are probably going to be around about 9 inches or something like that. 9. Oh well. 12.2. 12.2. This one here, that's a lot smaller. 10. So the smallest one I've got is 10 inches, and the biggest one on here was the 14 3/4. So that's them ones. Let's go down here on the other side and have a look at the ones in the big 40 litre air pots. So for the heavy ones and the 40 litre air pots, let's have a look. Now these are, I don't think they look big because I see them every day, but I know that they are big. They're much bigger than last year's attempts as well. So well, let's have a look. So that one's 15 inches around. That one's 14. That one's 14.2. Not 14.2, that's 14 also. So total, the biggest one I've got is 15. And what I'm doing at the minute is I'm feeding these heavily to see how far we can get them until 3 weeks before show day, and we'll see what they're like. If they're no good, they're no good. They'll just be getting left in it so they can grow as much as they can. Looks like I've got the hoop here which is collapsed. I think I'm going to focus on these next year. I think I'm going to do onions next year. I'm going to probably look into the stuff and see if I can do a bit better than this year. Snail it. Get off. But so far, it's alright. The giant onions, aren't they? Right, into the quality onion greenhouse, we'll have a look into the quality onion house. And as you can see, they're pretty much far from it. They have kicked on since I planted them in the trenches, but these are later sowings than what they should be, and they're not as big as what I believe they should be neither. These should be up at the same state. These should be where them heavy ones are. They should be about 12 inches around, pushing on. We'll have to see what they're like when it comes to when I'm supposed to lift them up for short time. But in the meantime, let's have a look and see how big they are. So we'll just pick the random one here. These are the ones that were sown on the 26th. So these are Boxing Day sowings. That's the reason as to why they're not as big. Let me just put these down and we'll measure it up. I'll do a tape upside down. And this one here is sitting at 11 inches. So between 11 and the one next door to it. Oh, hold on. We just disturbed an ant's nest. Bear with us a second. Yeah, I've just stuck this into the bed, and that's how you get ants. Whoops. Might have something to do with how big they're getting, I don't know. But ants is not a good sign for me. I don't want ants in here, so I'll have to look into that as well. But as for the onions, about between 9 and 11 inches around for the quality. There's still a fair few weeks to go yet, so if I feed, I'm going to start feeding them as well, because of course this ground isn't fed, and we'll see how they get on. I've got some bigger ones at the back, to be quite honest. These are special onions which I received, and they've got a nice tall neck on them as well. Let's have a look, see if I can get what these are like with one hand. So these are sitting at, I think, about 11 inches. So they're 11 inches as well, but they've got a taller neck, so they'll be potentially a better shape. So we'll see how they go with that. I've got a bit of cleaning up to do on them. Same with the other ones as well. I've got some cleaning up to do on them so that they don't rot. But I can get that done this week. Right, well, that's pretty much it for the measuring up. I've got nothing else that needs to be measured. The carrots are doing really poorly, and so the heavy carrots are doing poorly. I've had to pull one up because it was died back. That was that one that was there. The other one's in there as well. Let's have a look. It's got multiple heads on it, like, but it's not as big as what I've seen others. But it's a big carrot, isn't it? Same with them ones across there. I haven't even checked them ones. I may check them there tomorrow. But in the meantime, that's them sorted. What I'm going to do, I'll turn you around. One of the Charisma carrots is really big on the top when I water it there. So it's going to be too big for by the time it gets to the end of September. Middle of September, sorry. So I'm going to pull that one up and we'll see what they're like and see if they're stumping up. And it'll basically put it... we'll see how they get on with the others as well, because it's too big in there. So let's meet you back up in the polytunnel. Like I mentioned down in the onion house there, this is my bucket of Charisma carrots. Now I sowed these a little bit earlier than expected, and one of them is ginormous on the top. When I've watered, I've noticed it straight away, so I want to check to see if it's went right down to the bottom and if it's stumped on the bottom. So it's a bit of an early reveal. It's absolutely huge on the top, so let's have a look and see what it's like underneath. That's going to come up easily. Not too bad. It's definitely stump. Not a very big stump, but it's a stump nonetheless. There we go. Oh well, I'll have that for me down. And that leaves space for the other ones. That's on here as well. So I'll just cover the tops over so they don't go green, and leave the rest, and we'll see what happens. There is a free entry. It's Harrogate's show for these. Whether or not I'll take any, we'll find out. But happy days. Just coming into the next door plot, and wow, look at all of them sweet pea heads. You wouldn't think I'd come and take these off daily. Look at all of them sweet pea flowers. I'll have to get a lovely bouquet back home before I finish here. I've come over to have a look to see how things progressed on. I've got some bad news. The chrysanthemums that I got off Jeff, I've put them in the same area that my chrysanthemums were in last year, and they've just basically died off. I'm devastated. I mean, there's still some bud growth on here, so I'm hoping to come back to life. I'm not going to pull them out, I'm just going to leave them, but they're not looking very clever for themselves. I mean, there's a couple here which are starting to come back. Next year I'm definitely just going to do them in pots and just leave them in pots, because it's horrible to see this. These were lovely when I got them off Jeff, and I've put them in the ground and they've died back. The ones on this side, for my own saved, some of them have done exactly the same, but not all of them. I don't know whether it's been with the amount of rain that we've had and them being in the bed itself. But a few of them have died back, like these ones here. This one's gone, that one's gone. So I've got a few at the back there, so I should get a couple of nice blooms off there. It's a bit disappointing, it is a shame. I don't know what's happened with them, but we'll get better and we'll do better next year with them going in pots. So I'll get my first little strawberries off these. These are the strawberry plants that I took from the runners, from the clay pots that I got, the seeds from the plants from Blustar Daves. So there's the first bunch from the ones I took from last year. They're nice big strawberries, they're nice. But you can't really see them under the cover of all of the mesh. And so I'm also getting some nice runners off here as well, which I'll definitely be taking some more. Just spotted some more strawberries under there. Let's have a look at them. So, ta-da! Oh, look at the size of that. Get that one before the ants get it. Look at that. What a good strawberry that is. I'll put that with the rest of them. I'm going to have to come back down here in a couple of days' time and have another look down here, because the strawberries are coming and I want to make some strawberry wine. On the subject of wine, a few of you may remember I started a batch of rhubarb wine a few weeks ago. It didn't do, I don't know what I did wrong, but it basically tasted like the cider that I made, and I think I've made a mistake with the cider that I made as well the last couple of times I've made it. I'm going to have to do a bit more research with that, and I'll speak to a couple of people in regards to what I need to do and when I need to add it, because I think I made the mistake. But look out for that going forward in the future as well. But for me, I'm going to enjoy these strawberries, and I'm going to go and see Rob, and I'm going to head up to see Crazy Dave at Dave's Allotment. So we'll see you up there. Down at Dave's now. We're just having a bit of a chin wag. There's a few of us. Basically, there's a few of us that are going to be going to Harrogate on the 13th and 14th of September, the second week of September. We're going to be going down. I'm hopefully going to be showing a few things, so is a couple of the lads as well. But we're just having a bit of a get together, organise things, organise hotels and stuff like that. And like I say, we're just with Dave's having a good old chin wag. So I'll turn you around and we'll also see how Dave's getting on as well. So there's 5 of us going. There's me, there's Rob, there's Dave, Mr. Bump. He's Dangerous Brian. Hi. So we're all going to be going to Harrogate. We're going to sort out everything for the trip down there. So if you see any of these ugly people, and me, and him.
Nobody wants a cuppa.
I'll have one.
A cup
No.
Because they've got bloody strong bowl, but I'm drinking iron brew.
It's Earn Brew.
It's
Earn Brew.
From Gunters.
You see?
Jock.
Where's Jock? Where's Jeff? I've got my strongbow, David's alright, so we're going to have a drink and have a chin wag and see you in a bit.
Are you not making a vid, like?
I'll be making
a vid.
I'm just taking pictures. I'm talking to myself, Dave. Can't take them anywhere. Hey, it's a family show. Well, we're all booked in. We're booked in for the Friday night at the hotel. Out on the Friday, all day at the show on the Saturday. So I look forward to that. Let's give you a quick tour of what's going on at Dave's. Starting from the top, he's got his wildlife area up here. He's got his leaf mulch in the back of there as well, which he started off. This is the wildlife area. He's got some rhubarb in here as well. Some more rhubarb at the back. Moving on down. Got some rosemary there. Don't know if he knows about that. We've got some movement in the pond there as well. He's got a little pond on here, and you can see lots of movement going on under there. And that's tadpoles under there from what I don't want to touch nothing, but lots of movement going on there. It's a handy little thing, little boat, little child's boat thing. On the other side, you can't even see the other side, the other pond. The other pond is in here somewhere. The iris and everything's up here. I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect of a wildlife area. It's just covered in natural wild things. He's got a big cherry tree up here as well. I think this is a cherry tree. There's nothing on it at the minute, I don't think. He's got his potatoes all in here. They're looking really good. He's telling us about the special feed that he had, that he's used, which I'll show you in a little bit. But he's got all sorts on Pentland, Dell, Rooster. He's got his Charlotte there. Handy little slate markers as well. I think he's got his first earlies and stuff like that. First early, second earlies, main crop and stuff. And it looks like the main crop's doing better than what the other stuff is as well. Turn around, he's got his fruit cage. This is where he moved all of his fruit to. This is obviously the first year. So he's getting a few bits of fruit on here as well. And moving on down, this is his brassica cage. So he's got his cabbages in here. He's got his kale, cauliflowers. He's even got his giant swede in here as well. Now his giant swede's a bit bigger than what mine is. There's Dave's giant swede. It's a bit bigger than mine. Same with that one at the back. So that's his brassicas coming on. I'll give him some leeks, some ellie leeks, and he pop them outside. I don't know. They're covered in rust. Like I mentioned mine earlier on. Mine is pretty much the same, but with his being outside, it's been all rusty. The sweet corn's coming on alright. Are they the sunflowers I gave as well? And the sunflowers I gave. And the one, this one here. So that one there's a sunflower that I give him. So the same height as my chest. Same height as Dave's waist. He's got his sweet corn going on. I mean, the brambles has come nuts this year. He's cut all that back as well. This is what a bit of rain and a bit of sunshine does. Nice broad beans, and he's got some cracking onions and shallots on the way here as well. Some red onions and some white onions there as well. And the famous never-ending artichoke. Never stops. That'll look lovely when it comes up. Look at the fruit down the back, Dave.
Tayberries, man. Tayberries.
Oh, I'll have to go in at the back of that. I've never had a tayberry before, like. Nah, I'll have to go in the back of there and have a go at that, like.
I've noticed something anyway. You've been filming before I've tied it up.
So you see the before now and the after later on. But mine's exactly the same.
Crack on.
Good. They are, aren't they? They are. Look at the size of them.
It's starting to swell up now.
And they're not dying back yet neither.
No.
And the wind hasn't knocked them over.
Wait until they bend over naturally, and then that's when they're ready.
Well, you've seen that I pulled all mine up last week and had a good harvest with the white ones, but the red ones were really good as well. So
first time I've been able to actually grow them without down the boat, like.
apart from that one.
Apart from that one.
Apart from that one there.
Oh.
I spotted one, sorry Dave. Sorry Dave. There you go. Just get rid of it.
Look at all the blackberries. I've got it up here.
And that's the reason why they've been left. They've been left for the bees. So,
and for my tummy.
And for the tummy as well, and for the pies and all sorts.
We are.
What's happening here?
I'll put them
that's
chrysanthemum.
the chrysanthemums, like the yellow courtney and things. They're looking a lot better than what mine were. You'll wait to see what mine are like.
Oh,
shocking.
I need to tie this one up. That's
You have some nice chrysanthemum. That rose looks lovely. I can't even see it.
from a cutting.
From a cutting?
Yeah.
Where was that cutting from? Is that the one from?
The garden now, are they?
Ah, right. So, he's been on the steel. Some more nice roses there as well.
I can't remember the name of that.
No,
like.
I've got a couple of roses. Elizabeth likes the roses in this one. This is Annie's rose. That only started as a small one, didn't it? And it's just went absolutely berserk.
The rain's been battering them.
Got a nice little deal in here now. It's had some lilies. And I wrote that's fair. The bamboo, that's Dracula.
Vampire.
Vampire
Turns
bamboo.
red in the winter. You can see it starting to turn red there.
But Dave, it's only summer.
Early winter, mate. It's closer to winter.
Are you
than
taking
what it
some cuttings as well?
is. I grew these from seed.
From seed?
I let it start to grow.
Can he? Keep bamboo in pots or it'll take over.
No, well, apparently this one doesn't. It's called broadleaf, and it doesn't spread. It just stays in the crop.
Very
There you
interesting.
go.
There
So
we go.
I am, now that it's started growing again, I'm going to put it here.
Put it down there.
When the chrysanthemums are gone, I'm going to stick it there.
Oh, well, and see what
Use the
goes.
bamboo.
Tell you what, that the comfrey's went nuts again as well, hasn't it?
I've just chopped it back now.
Comfrey tea. Not the tea that he makes for us, but
It's coffee.
what an ugly lot. Right, let's have a look in here. It's got his dahlias down here. Got some mignons there, haven't they?
Which haven't done very well this year compared to last year.
No, I've done I found the exact same. Mine's only like about that big, but you've got flowers on yours already. And I love
Them pom-pom ones seem to have just stood still.
See, I found exactly the same with mine as well. What's these ones?
That's snapdragon. Yellow.
Oh, I remember seeing this. I was killing myself laughing when you did it.
These one.
That one's
one,
it.
yeah. Yeah, man. Yard it. Yard it. Zoom in closer to me, man. Aye. What's going on? Don't forget to watch today's allotment. Aye.
Oh, you think I've lost the plot? In his greenhouse. His grapevine's absolutely fantastic. Black Hamburg, I think it was. Was it Black Hamburg, this grapevine?
Aye.
Because I've got some cuttings from him, which he's still got some cuttings down there. And he thought that this had died when he had the fire a couple of years ago, but it's come back with a vengeance, and it's really nice to see as well. There's some cracking grapes on here. Some really nice big bunches as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing how mine progresses over the next few years.
Oh, it's a really good grape, this, like.
But it's a nice dessert grape, that. Nice
Lovely,
dessert
man.
black. I remember
Lovely.
getting some from him last year as well.
Tasty.
Yummy.
And much bigger than what they were this time last year as well.
There's tomatoes that went nuts as well.
Yeah. Note to self, make sure that you know which variety is which when you plant them.
So that you know which suckers to take.
Is it a bush or is it not?
Because if it's a bush tomato, you leave the suckers on. If it's not, then you take them off. So you grow them at one single stick, like you do with the cucumbers, which he's got on this side as well. He's got some nice little cucumbers on there as well.
They are the burpless tasty or something.
With different
Tasty
varieties.
burpless.
And I've only got Telegraph improved in mine. So
That's Tasty King there. See the difference in the cucumber, it hasn't got any knobbly bits on.
it's got no spikes. It's got no spikes on that one, but it's got spikes on there. Got some spikes on that one. Warning: do not touch. I've had a problem with my peas this year.
So have I.
Have you? Oh, yeah, I've noticed it because I've just put last one in there. But hey, success story.
They're the second ones. And then the first ones I put out just flopped over, that was it.
Mine didn't even come up. That was a shame as well because I've had 3 years saved seed from the last allotment holder as well. But it's been a bit of a shame. But hey, success stories again.
Every year's different.
It is. Hopefully I've got some saved from, I've managed to find some actually, so I'm going to put
There's
them in.
me Poblano chili.
That's the heavy chili. That's a seed that I give Dave from Dale Totten. Mine's tiny. So you gotta get some big, should get some
One of
big...
them ones, man.
Did you?
Aye.
Oh, well there you go, anyway, next edition, that's all. See, that's the thing, I've been given so much stuff away, I can't remember what I've given away where and when. It's only much better. Garlic.
Pardon me.
You've done well on your garlic again.
I have, aye.
Considering you never grew it for 15 years, you've managed to get 2 harvests in 2 years.
Where are we? They're Germador.
They're the ones that you buy from Wilkinson's, wasn't it?
Germador and Casablanca from Wilkinson's. Or Wilco's.
Wilco's. Wilkinson's for us old timers.
And they're the ones off. These are bought from a heritage place, proper garlic heritage.
And mine just
Blah-de-blah.
went in the pot, didn't it? When they did. But you see what my harvest was like, so I don't know. We'll try something better next year, especially with elephant garlic as well. Right.
Where's me iron brew?
Go and get your earn brew. Comment, like, and subscribe. Dave's allotment. Right, I want to get everything else sorted out. It was nice popping down to see Dave again, getting things started and sorted out for our trip to Harrogate. I hope to see you all there if you are going. Make sure you drop in the comments as well, and we'll hopefully see you all down there. You'll probably see us all together, so you just got to keep an eye out for it. But this is, like I say, it's the second week in September. We're going for the Saturday show, so we'll see you all then. Right, I'm going to finish up now. I'm going to head back up home, and I'll see you all back up there. Well, that's just me back at home. I've managed to get into the greenhouse, and while the bird is away, I'm going to have a look into here, and I'm also going to move some stuff. So I'm going to take everything off here, because I don't need to do this anymore. What also I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this stuff here as well. So these giant beetroots I'm going to get out of the way, because I can't get in here anymore for the one sole purpose of this reason. She's laid 2 eggs. So we're going to have a bit of lost the plot bird watching. So keep an eye on that. Thanks everybody for watching. It's been a bit of a good laugh today. I've enjoyed it. Catch up next week in regards to updates from Leslie, and also updates in regards to how I'm getting on with brassicas and stuff like that. So still plenty to be getting on with. Look out for next week's video, and thanks for watching. So I'll catch you all next week.